Hey guys, and welcome to another video. I should probably call out the elephant in the room. I got some messages saying, hey, do you ever change shirts? Do you ever anything different to a black shirt every single day? And the answer is no, I don't. I have a wardrobe of about 30 or 35 black shirts, all from the same make and model. AS color. They're about $7 each. And the reason being is, well, firstly, welcome to another video. Hey, it's Mitch. The reason being is because I want to limit my decisions that I make on a daily basis. Because every single day you wake up, you have a certain amount of decision-making energy to use up, and I want to maintain the ability to make the best decisions I can during my day. So I take out of the equation the ability of having to choose what to wear. Do I wear the blue shirt or the green shirt or the shirt with writing or the not shirt with writing? And I just have black shirts to wear every single day. And you'll find that there was a study done of judges in the court system, and they found that it is better, if you possibly can, to get in front of a judge in the morning and be judged by that person versus in the afternoon, because the brain starts to fatigue in the afternoon, especially after lunch. And the longer that you wait after a day, in the day, to get a judgment, the chances are that will not be utilizing the full amount of their brain or their decision-making skills to do so. So that explains that. Yes, I do shower. Yes, I do change clothes every day. I'm very grateful for my partner, who always makes sure I have clean washing. So that answers that. This is a recap video from the week that has been, and wow, wow, what a week it has been. There has been price action of up to $23,000 BTC, which I kind of predicted earlier in the month. If BTC broke the 20,000 mark, it was going to break through and go to the 23, even up to the $24,000 mark. And which it's done. It's got close to the $24,000 mark, and then it started to pull back, but it's been hovering and finding support. Now, can it still pull back from here? Yes, absolutely. I believe that there's a high probability of between 30 and 40% pullback from here, which the lowest support is around the $14,700 USD mark. Is that still possible? Is that inbound? It could be, very well could be. And I know personally that's where I am positioning myself to be buying more BTC to add to my long-term bag. Because I look at this as, in the next 12 to 18 months, it's a potential $100,000 per BTC, and even more than that. So I'm holding my funds very, very cautiously, very, very patiently to buy more with my borrowed BTC funds. So let's kind of jump into the news and go over the week that was. Okay, so let's jump into the news of the week. There is a lot of exciting stuff this week. We actually hit $24,200 BTC USD that's priced in, which is absolutely mind-blowing. I remember just over a year ago when BTC was 3,800 US dollars, which is about 5x from there, and I was telling people to buy. We wrote in the newsletter that it was a good time to buy BTC at that price, and it's all time stamped. You can see all that. We also wrote that it was a good time to buy Ethereum when it was sub $100, and it's 6.5 times from there, which is phenomenal. Like, I'm so happy for all my subscribers. I'm so happy for everyone, and I'm super, super pumped. Okay, before we start the video, I want to just talk about one of our sponsors, Max Wright. He's actually putting together a webinar training which is going to teach you how to invest $5,000 wisely today that can give you a passive income of $100,000 per year or more in as little as 18 months. So this is an invitation-only webinar that he will be sharing all of this info with you. I'll put a link to the webinar underneath this video, as well as it's go.doubleclick.com/MaxWright. Max has been calling different Bitcoin cycles for the last 6 or 7 years. I've personally known him for about 13 years now, since I was about 20 years old. I'm 33 now, and he's a solid guy. He's super, super knowledgeable. He's got great insights into the cryptocurrency market, and he's really in this for the long term. He's also a great person to find different ways to make money both online and offline. So I'd strongly recommend sign up to this webinar, take the time, watch it. You will get massive amounts of value from Max. And for those of you who've been watching some of the videos previously, you would have seen his insights into BTC and why he feels like this is going to be at least $100,000 BTC in the next 12 to 18 months. So go ahead, register now, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the webinar. Okay, so let's jump into the news. There is a lot of great news this week. So this is a global investment firm which is called Jefferies, and they're selling $51 billion worth of gold to buy Bitcoin, which they're looking at buying at the $20,000 range, which is absolutely crazy to think about it. As of Q3 of 2020, they have $51 billion in assets under management. And they're going to be converting some of the gold. So not all the $51 billion they're going to be putting in, but I'm sure it is going to be a decent amount because currently they have over 50% of their holdings in gold. Another really interesting one is the trends index is pretty much at the same level it was. And what this does for those of you who don't know is this is interest over time. So Google Trends, whenever someone punches something into Google, it jumps into this app and tells you that those people are searching for certain things. And the levels that we're at right now are the same of the start of 2017 all the way through to about the end of October, November 2017, which is really crazy. This isn't saying that we're about to see 20 times multiples right now in the next month or two. This is just to show you that there's purchasing happening and there's a super amount of interest globally, but the interest of people actually searching for BTC is still super low. Here's another article. Another institution CEO is looking to spend $600 million on BTC to get some exposure. This is for One River Digital Asset Management, which is a hedge fund. They're looking to buy $1 billion in Ethereum as well as BTC in the first half of next year, and they've already roughly accumulated over $600 million worth of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency assets. So again, another massive giant in the hedge fund space, in the traditional investment space that's looking for exposure in Bitcoin. I thought this one was a funny one. As of yesterday, the meme of I'm hodling. So for those of you who don't know, hodling means holding on for dear life. And it was actually a meme that was created, a really drunk guy 7 years ago, which this has been viewed almost 1 million times, almost 800,000 times. Got onto Bitcoin Talk Forum 7 years ago, literally started bashing away at his keyboard saying, I'm not selling, I'm not going to get rid of my Bitcoin, yada, yada, yada. Just went on a massive free fall at this point. And it actually became a meme, which is pretty funny. So that was 7 years ago today. For my American friends, Mr. Mad Money, Jim Cramer himself is buying Bitcoin, and he's revealed that he is increasing his holdings. So I find it really interesting because he is a very well-known presenter or journalist in the finance space, and he's a former hedge fund manager, but he's only just kind of talking about this publicly. So generally, people like him, my opinion is he's been buying it for quite some time now, and because he's in the media, he's in the spotlight, he is starting to build the hype up so that he can start to sell his positions before the pullback happens. So he may well be in this for the long term, but there's a high probability that he is writing the news right now, and the age-old saying is sell the news, buy the rumor. So I'd be selling. This is also another because it came out 4 days ago. Well, we've still kind of had more price movement up to the 24,000 mark in the last 24 hours. So the fact that this has been featured publicly is kind of a sign that there is a high probability that we'll start to see some pullback, if not tomorrow or the next day, very soon. So the Guggenheim is another investment fund in America, and they manage, I think, $5.3 billion of assets. They're looking to invest up to 10% of their assets into Bitcoin because they believe that the fundamental valuation of Bitcoin is worth $400,000 US per coin, which again is just crazy. The fact that all of this, and this was 4 days ago, this article, the fact that all of these traditional investment funds are writing articles and submitting stuff publicly, I guess, for lack of a better word, spruiking BTC, is a sign that we are starting to move into a bull market, and the people that are heavily, heavily invested, which is these guys, 100% trying to lock in future profits and trying to push the market upwards, which again is a good sign for all of us. PayPal stock soars to all-time high as demand for BTC on the platform now more than supply of new coins being mined. So they've been buying more BTC daily than they can actually supply on their platform, which is just crazy. And their stock has soared 17% since November 12th, so just over a month. This is another perfect example of what I was talking about, where traditional companies, because you can't have ETFs approved in North America, traditional companies are starting to utilize the hype around BTC and the cryptocurrency market to increase their stock earnings, because investors are essentially getting exposure in a safe, securitized way in the normal stock market. So it's really, really interesting to see stuff like this. The recent PayPal survey revealed 54% of PayPal users have an interest in crypto, and it's the fact that they're offering it is crazy. So really, really positive news from PayPal. Really, really good to see that they are buying so much, and overall, really, really good news. So I spoke about Raoul Pal a few episodes ago, and he's done a really cool tweet here, basically saying that he believes that BTC can still 10x from where it is, and he says that that's realistic. Looking at the run that we've had in the last 30 to 60 days, if you average it out at annualized BTC returns at 1,000% or 10x already in the next 12 months, which is crazy and really good to see. He is saying that corrections will come at some point, and some will be very scary. So go back to this guy and be hodling. Be hodling. The next tweet's from Zach. He's saying it's crazy that Bitcoin's trading above 23,000, but 180-day volatility is still sitting well below the nearly 4-year levels. Calm, orderly lift off to the moon. So the fact that volatility levels are sitting so low and prices moved up so high is such a good sign. As time will tell and averages roll out, we will hopefully continue to see low volatility and continued higher price action. The next one's a really interesting one. So one of the very first, if not the first, cryptocurrency company in North America to file for an IPO has just happened as of yesterday in the United States, which is Friday, the 18th of December. So Coinbase have filed for an IPO, and it's a lot of positive news there. You're seeing that a lot of people are talking really positively about it and very happy it's going to gain some exposure in the usual circles that BTC and crypto wouldn't normally see. So it is a very, very good sign. And then we've got my man Alex Saunders, absolutely no relation, talking about the retail demand on PayPal, and they're showing a graph where it shows ItBit trading volume, which is the actual purchasing, daily purchasing amount of BTC from PayPal alone, which is $116.79 million in a day, which is just absolutely nuts. It is absolutely nuts. I'm really excited for what PayPal are doing. And a friend of mine he's an Australian, but he has an American PayPal account, actually logged in and showed me, and it's super, super easy to purchase BTC using the platform, which is what we love to see. Next bit of news is Union has raised $3 million to bring credit to Ethereum, is looking to create a global funding platform that's permissionless. There's a lot of hype around this at the moment. Like, we've got BlockFi, which I'll talk to you about in a second. You've probably seen this in some of my other videos. There's Nexo, Genesis Capital, there's Crypto.com. There's a lot of different lending platforms that do almost instant loans. I've personally used them and found that they're very frictionless. In most cases, I've had some good and bad experiences with them, but overall, my experience has been really good. But seeing another fund looking to raise money to bring credit capabilities to Ethereum is crazy, and it just blows my mind to start to think about this. So the example that I was talking to a friend of mine just yesterday about is, what if you could buy a house without selling your cryptocurrency? What if I could go, look, I've got $1 million in cryptocurrency, and the volatility had calmed down so much. Generally, these loans, you can only do 50% of the value. So if you've got $1 million, you can only borrow $500,000. But if you
investing wisely and following the right people and getting the right advice and being very methodical with how you take profits, you can very easily turn $10,000 into $100,000, $100,000 into $1 million, or even $1 million into $10 million. And we've had multiple customers that have done that over the last 3.5 years. So when you turn, $100,000 and you 10x that, by selling that, you then have to pay capital gains. And I'm not a financial advisor or an accountant, so I can't actually advise you on that stuff. I'm just going from the theory that I understand or that I believe. So the other side of it is, what if you need somewhere to live and you want to buy a house, but you don't want to sell your crypto to pay capital gains? What if you could just borrow against it? And the beauty of some of these loan platforms is there's no payments for the first 12 months. The interest rates can range from between 4% and 12% per annum, which in Australia right now, mortgages are between 3 and 4%. 4% on the higher side. A couple of years ago, they were up at 5.5%. In America, mortgages are around the 1 or 2%, very low. But it really expands your mind to think, wow, there's so many possibilities here. I could be making, turning my savings or turning my gambling money of $100,000 into $1 million, and then potentially buy a house and not have to pay a single repayment for the first 12 months. And when you think about that, that's phenomenal. Like this whole space is really changing the world, and it's moving so quickly. That's it for this week's news. As always, I've really enjoyed making this video for you. I'm getting so much energy from you guys and love. It really means the world to me. Yeah, so before we sign the video out, I just want to actually tell you a little bit more about BlockFi. So I'm just going to jump into a video now.
You've got the ability to put your crypto to work with BlockFi and earn up to 8.6% per annum with your interest account. Now, if you sign up today, you get up to a $250 crypto bonus with a deposit of $25 or more. This is really cool. If you're wanting to earn some interest on your cryptocurrency or just get some more crypto, this is a great way to do this. I also mentioned if you are looking to borrow against your cryptocurrency, they allow you to do that. They charge you a very low interest rate of 4.5%. They will lend up to 50% of your cryptocurrency. So if you got $10,000, they will lend you up to $5,000 at a 4.5% interest rate, which is essentially in Australia what you are paying for a mortgage for a house, which is just absolutely crazy. And the loan is for 12 months. They're also backed by some of the biggest names in cryptocurrency: Morgan Creek Capital Management, Coinbase Ventures, Galaxy Digital, the Winklevoss Capital, and a few other ones that I can't pronounce. Okay, so as you can see, there is a lot of positive news. There's a lot of things to get excited about, and we are in a state of euphoria. And I will note that in euphoric markets, bulls are selling to euphoric buyers when they're taking profit. And there's a high probability that we could see, the 30 to 40% pullback, which I talked about before at the start of this video. And just be safe. Play it safe. If you are trading, make sure you're following your own trading rules. Make sure that you're protecting your capital. Make sure that you're doing all of those things there. As always, this video is purely my opinions. It's what I believe could happen. Seeing 100,000 plus BTC, could that actually happen? I believe it could. If it doesn't happen, I'm still going to be here waiting for BTC to eventually hit that amount. So I've really enjoyed making this video for you. If you have any questions or you want to just rag on me more for always wearing the same colored t-shirts, leave the comment below. Give the video a like, a thumbs up, and share it with some friends if you got value from it. And as always, stay safe out there. I know that there's looks like there's some more lockdown that's going to be happening in New South Wales and Australia, which is pretty concerning. But yeah, we have to do what's right for people. I mentioned in a video before, you don't know how COVID's affecting people, whether it be financially through the loss of their friends or family. Just be cautious with the kind of stuff that you're spreading. Whether there's a conspiracy or not, the reality is you don't know who is close to you that has been affected by this in a negative way. Whether the government's conspiracy is actually happening, it doesn't take away from how someone might have been affected, whether they've lost their job, or they've been divorced, or they've had issues with their friends or family, or they've lost someone close to them. So just be nice, be think about what you're saying before you share it, and yeah, have a bit of empathy. So that's it for me. Another video. I've really enjoyed making this for you guys. I'm really pumped on this daily video thing. I don't know if you can tell, and the juice that you guys are giving me and the feedback is really helping. So thanks, guys. I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Have a great weekend or weekday wherever you are in the world.